What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. So let's get into this whole situation. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami. It's going down between Flo and Amara. Like, Lord have mercy. They was at Shay event and Shay's having her tea party and it went ham. Amara asks, Miss Flo, like, what's up? What's going on? What's the problem? What's the issue? What's the situation? Because you already know Amara's feeling a certain type of way. Because now you have Flo at hotel rooms. Flo got has Alan crashing out. Alan is out here crashing out over, Miss Flo and everything, ready to fight Marlon and everything. Like, he's really trying to cement his way on this TV show. He's really trying to, be on TV. That's what he wanted from the beginning, to be on TV. Like, Lord have mercy. But in any event, even though Flo knows how low down this man is and how disrespectful this man is, and allegedly how he don't take care of his children or there for his children, Flo wants to, show him around and basically have him as her bodyguard against Marlon. Like, you go from worse to worse. Like, when you ever gonna pick up and do better? Like, you can find another man to film with. You can find another man to have your back. It don't have to be Alan. Especially, you don't want that chaotic, negative energy, rolling around with you. Like, girl, like, come on, like, do better. Like, don't go to the bottom of the barrel and pick him up to try to hurt somebody. Like, go to the top, don't go to the bottom. You ain't gotta stoop as low and go as low and be with some old low down, no good man. Okay, like, and Amara was like, this man is over here running around town with Flo and trying to fight Marlon, but he ain't even been here to see his kids, but he wants to be the daddy of the year. Child, it's a whole mess. But in any event, getting back to the situation, so Amara, she asked Flo, like, what's the problem? What's the issue? And, Flo is basically, yeah, it's an issue. It's because when I first met you, I went to your event, girl, and I ordered some lipstick to support you and everything. This is when Amara had the afro, and I didn't get my lipstick, so she threw a shot. Amara was asking her a serious question, so she took a shot and was like, I ain't getting no lipstick. Basically saying, you ain't gonna get your shipping from Amara. Okay, throwing this first shot. Okay. And so in any event, and Flo goes on to, the last time you came to my event, you basically offered me a loan. And Amara's like, yeah, I offer you a loan because you needed a loan. Like, you having an event and it's getting shut down. People saying you owe back rent, you owe money. So we're going to close it down and kick everybody out while you're on national TV, while you're parading around like you're some big princess and you the queen of this, you the queen of that. But baby, you ain't able to pay your bills. So whatever you the queen of, and you got a husband that can't help you pay your bills either, regardless whether you're going through, tough time, difficult situation. He's sleeping with your sister, child. The sister and the mama would have been cut off and thrown to the side because I don't need y'all. Like, we blood and everything, but if y'all gonna be with my ex-husband and roll with him after he done did all this scandalous ish, and then on top of that he done had a kid on the outside, and how long he been sleeping with my sister, what if he still is sleeping with her? Nobody respects Flo. Like, child, Flo. I guess respect is only given if you earn it, because, child, the people in your immediate circle don't support you and don't respect you like they should. But in any event, so Flo is basically saying that she's feeling a certain type of way because she feels like every time Amara comes around, she's disrespectful and things of that nature, and she's not really supportive. And Amara's like, girl, you needed a loan. I was trying to help you out, okay? So Flo is basically feeling a certain type of way because she feels like, Amara, you brought a cake to my business. And yeah, Amara did that on purpose, basically showing up with a cake knowing that it was going to get back to Flo, because Amara was basically trying to get her get back for Safari, which Safari ain't even worth it. None of these guys that they're talking about going back and forth is even worth, like, even spending time on, or even arguing over, or even trying to make the other girl jealous over, because Safari ain't it, Ray J ain't it, Marlon ain't it, and also Alan ain't it. Like, why? Like, bring in some new meat, bring in some good meat, bring in a good guy with a good personality that can actually do right by you. And if you happen, to feel some type of way with him while you feeling, then you can get it how you get it. But these guys, child, I wouldn't even let them babysit my fish. But in any event, moving on from that situation, Amara says that I wasn't even trying to F your husband. I wasn't even trying to, I was being petty. I was trying to get my get back at you because of what you did with Safari. But I was trying to tell that man to stay with you. I was trying to tell that man to fight for his marriage and do what he want to do. And that's cool and fine. But she ain't going to take that as like, okay, yeah, thank you, Amara, because she's going to be thinking you doing something shady. And plus, Amara messed with a married man, and plus her husband and slept with her sister, plus her husband, done had a kid out, before they was married or whatever the case, or however he got the outside kid. So therefore ain't gonna be no trust whether, we saw Amara being genuine with Marlon, but she was also showing them booty cheeks, baby, and showing a little bit like you can't have this. And Amara is like, girl, if I wanted your man, I could have sex with him. Yeah, anybody can have sex with Marlon, Ray J, and Alan. Like, they just dated for the streets. They're community peen. It is what it is. So it's really not bragging rights if you got one of these guys sweating you. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't even worth it. So in any event, Amara is like, you just hanging out with my baby's father, trying to be petty and trying to get back at me. And Amara, she goes in deep. She goes, let me tell you something, honey child. How does it feel to have my leftovers, Safari and my baby father? Like, Lord, leftovers. I was like, yeah, my leftovers. Basically, she's saying, like, Lord have mercy, my leftovers. How does it feel to sleep behind me? How does it feel to be behind me? Like, girl, like, for real, like, And then Amara says that you are not trash. You are a trash can. And Amara says, I wish you would pay more attention and focus more on your business, like your boutique, because your boutique is flopping just like your titties is flopping. Oh, this is a whole mess. Like, Amara goes in, like, she just started reading the girl, saying, baby, she talked about her breasts basically flopping around the place, like her businesses are flopping around the place. And Amara says that you did not even pay $2 million for that house, child. So basically she's throwing Flo business up in her face and slapping Flo with reality and the truth, child. And so Amara's like, I don't want your life. And Flo's like, yes, you do want my life, because I have a successful business. I'm a millionaire. I'm a self-made millionaire. Well, self-made millionaires don't get evicted when they're actually having a get-together and they're having a grand opening and they're having people film and they're showing their business and they're ad placing their business and they're trying to recoup money by showing their business on MTV, child. They don't want to get evicted. I know we need a little bit of the drama and things of that nature, but they said that you was in back rent, honey. But in any event, when it comes to Flo, she's basically saying, girl, you want my life, you want to be me. I was like, child, nobody want to be you. That whole situation, how your mother treats you, how your mother dog you out for that man Marlon that ain't no good. She ain't trying to put you in a good place, a better place, to make you more loving of yourself, to make you feel like you deserve better. She wants you to stay with the same old that mistreat you and be out here running in the streets, sleeping with your sister, and she thinks that's okay, and she don't care what Marlon do, but she'll down you and dog you out when you find somebody new. Mama can go sit on the side of the road, child, and sister can go sit right next to her, because they would not be welcome in my house. And that's one thing Amara doesn't have to deal with. Her mother loves her. Her mother, respects her and try her best to make sure that her daughter had a good life, does have a good life, and be there babysitting them kids 24/7, 7 days a week, child. So So this whole situation is just crazy. And then Flo says that she gonna get up and she's gonna slap the ish out of Amara. And the only reason why she wanna slap Amara is because Amara done hit her with the facts of her life and disrespected her and read her down to the ground, child. You should have kept your mouth closed. And you should have got out once she said you want my leftovers. Okay, you should have got up and walked from the table then, and you would have been safe. Flo had the nerve to say, you wonder why your baby daddy called you a black a bitch. Like, Lord have mercy. Like, what's going on? Like, why would you even throw that up in her face? Why would you even bring up the baby daddy's calling her a black bee? Like, come on, why would you want to use another man's words? A man that you don't even know nothing about, a man that you don't know nothing of, a man that you just use and basically, to make Amara jealous and to make, Marlon jealous. And, he's disrespecting the woman. You don't want to be disrespected. You got a husband and everything. Okay. So you're going to use his words. I guess both of you guys were talking about her skin color or talking about her because her a black bee first. And he shouldn't be on the show either. And if you're gonna kick Flo off the show, kick Alan off the show too as well, because he used that colorist comment, and Flo was very colorist by saying that. She could have just said that's why your husband called you a B, or he called you ghetto, but you had to put the black in there. You had to throw up her skin color because you wanted to make her feel bad. You wanted to make her feel like she's less than because she's black, and basically her baby daddy don't really want to mess with her because she black skin color and you a light skin color, and that's why he's having a time of his life with you, child. He gonna use you up just like he used everybody up, allegedly. Okay, he ain't true to no woman. He is true to the streets. He's true to the gang. He is true to making himself be famous, making himself be a macho man, and every woman wants him. And he's been put on a pedestal, and now we have Flo putting him on a pedestal and using his words, and that's why his words done backfired and probably gonna have you lose your job out here in these streets, and also have people not coming to your business or supporting your business because they feel like you colorist, and colorist comes from the Jim Crow. And I just wish people would have knowledge and wisdom to learn their history, to learn the reason why there is colorist issues among black people and Spanish people, of people that have darker skin tone. It was created so we can never come together and be together, and there's always be divide. But in any event, so Amara basically says, look at these black women at this event, and all these black women and all these beautiful black women, and basically you be trying to tell them to bleach their skin, child. Black China used to sell bleaching cream to black people. And then on top of that, if you go on YouTube, there's a whole bleaching community on YouTube, for real. There's people that don't care what you say about bleaching skin. They are bleaching their skin and they're turning different colors. They're turning yellow, they're turning beige, they're turning pink, they're turning all types of color because they feel like they will have a better life if they are light skinned, because they feel like dark skinned people don't have a good life and they get judged and they have less opportunities. And that's from the Jim Crow and what they did back in the day and continue to do. And also when people feed into these colorist things, it just makes it even worse, and people just have a divide and thinking they're better than one another, which it ain't. We're all the same. It's just basically we need to love one another and love each other and stop looking at the skin color. Know that we are black people, we are one. And we are not divided because of a lighter and darker skin tone. You still my sister regardless what color you are. We still roll with each other. We still got to have each other's back. We still got to fight together. We still got to get down together. And if you get in one spot, bring me in that one spot too as well. We have to help each other. So therefore, whether you dark or you light skin, we'll all have the same opportunities if we all open the door for one another. And when someone try to close the door because of a darker skin tone or a lighter skin tone, we ride for one another, for real, whatever community that we live in. But in any event, Flo is basically feeling a certain type of way, and so then Amara says, and you look yellow and funky like you do. And Flo says, you don't know anything about skincare. And Amara says, I know I'm melanin, I'm black, and I'm beautiful. And then Flo says, this bee is mad because I am light skinned, because I'm light skinned. So basically Flo took it as an attack because she called her yellow, but she was calling her yellow because when you bleach your skin, you have that yellow look. You have that look like, like you suffering from hepatitis, or you having liver failure, or you just look like the blood is not flowing through your skin when you start a bleach. And they be using them harmful and harsh chemicals on their cells. So it's a whole situation. In any event, and Amara says, why would I be mad? Bees wish they look like me. And that's when Flo says, that's how black bee hating on light skinned girls. So basically, Flo took it to a whole different level because she felt like when she said yellow, that was insulting her skin color, or basically saying she's a yellow bone, or she's high yellow. That's some terms that they use. And so Flo took that whole situation and basically was like, you hating on me because I'm light skinned? Because I'm light skinned? She's mad because I'm light skinned. And basically, like, that was very immature, and it just really shows you that Flo need to pick up a book, and Flo need to go to school immediately. And basically her mother didn't teach her, her mother just taught her to be a dumb fool for her husband. That's about it. In any event, but I will give it to Flo. She do have some businesses, whether they flourishing or not, because Amara said they flopping and our house ain't 2 million. But that's neither here or there. What's in her pockets, in her pockets, okay? Not my pockets. But in any event, so once Flo went there and she said that's how you black bees be hating on light skinned girls. So she said that's how you black. So basically, when it comes to Flo, she's saying every black girl is hating, that be hating on light skinned girls. She didn't just say, Amara, you are one of them black girls that be hating on us light skinned girls. And then so you have, Flo mentioning black twice. She basically mentioned when Alan basically called Amara a black B word because he was mad at her when they was in Puerto Rico or Dominica or whatever they were. And then now Flo brings that up and throws that back up in Amara's face. And then Flo throws up in her face, that's how you black bees be hating on us light skinned girls. Like, child, what a whole mess. What's so immature? Like, she doesn't know much. She doesn't know anything really. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have my sister, my husband, and my mother around in my life like that, especially when they're doing dirty on me, unless it's just fake for TV or whatever the case is. But to go there and say all that other stuff because she felt empowered, that she was taught this. This is what she learned, that light skin is better than dark skin. This is what she was taught. This is what she believed. Because the colorism, where when it goes all the way back to Jim Crow and it goes back to slavery, where you had the light-skinned black people inside cooking and cleaning under some fan, and they can eat, and nursing the kids because they were lighter skinned. And plus, the reason why they were lighter skinned is because most of them were, grapes. And then you had the dark skins out in the field working in a hard sun and picking cotton and raking and digging holes and things of that nature. So that created the great divide. And then also, the Jim Crow, where I'm gonna hire light skinned people, or the Jim Crow, where if you're darker than a brown paper bag, you can't come into this business. So that created a divide where they created hatred among people of color, people that are black, because I'm going to give the light skinned person opportunity. I'm going to make you work hard because you're dark skinned. And then they make it seem like dark skin are most evil, most violent people, and light skin are so sweet and so nice because they're close to white. But there's so many things that they have done, systematic racism and creating a Jim Crow, and the book that they have, The Great Divide, has been going on. And so when it comes to Flo, she fell into this because this is how she was raised and this is how she was taught. And then the man that she's running around town with, Alan, and he's basically helping out her storyline, basically called Amara a black bee. And I bet you they was talking about her skin color and how dark she, and that's why she this, that's why she that, basically out of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole crazy situation. Flo did apologize, and here's the apology that's up on screen. But it's the harshness is already done. And also, the women that were sitting at the table, they said the reason why they didn't feel like it was a racist or colorist issue because they said Amara started it off. So listen to this. This is what I believe the new girl that's a rapper, Diamond, on the show, I think that's her name. I don't know, y'all.
The question to me was, do you feel like, they said, do you feel like Flo was being colorist to Amara? That's what they asked me in the question. I had to let them know. The answer was no. If you were there, now y'all know how she get clipped up. If you were there, Amara went with the color, like she mentioned the color. So if somebody calls you yellow and funky, I feel like the opposite would be black and dirty. Like he said, the question to me was, do you feel like, they said, do you feel like Flo was being colorist to Amara? That's what they asked me in the question. I had to let them know. The answer was no. If you were there, Now y'all know how she get clipped up. If you were there,